today, unlike every other day, we're coming at you live from our studio with a very special live show with a very special in-studio guest. We're going to talk some things outside of crypto today. We're going to talk about aliens. We do have a poll in the chat. Make sure to cast your vote. We're also talking about AI and how that is changing the world as we know it. And we're going to talk a little bit about success and what that means. And with that being said, speaking of success, I'd like to introduce you to your first co-host, and his name is Robin.
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we are an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take old, boring, and stale information and repackage it up in a fun and sexy way.
Speaking of sexy,
Yes.
we have a third co-host joining us. And it's none other than the man, one of the largest YouTubers in our space, and is none other than George from CryptosRus. George, how are you doing, my friend?
Hey, I'm glad to be here, guys. I'm trying to get situated, and it's really, really hot. So yeah, that's why I'm drinking right now.
Well, we're hoping that Blue Label kind of, well, it's supposed to warm your body a little bit.
Sponsored by Blue Label.
Johnny Walker, if you're watching this, we are looking for sponsors. We're excited to have George in studio. George, how are you handling the heat?
He just told you. He ain't handling it well.
I'm trying.
How are you handling your?
I'm trying not to go outside. Okay, I'm trying to stay indoors. That's it.
Well, usually when you ask the question twice, you're looking for a different answer. I guess that's what I was trying to do. Guys, if you're excited for George to be here on this channel, put a 1 in the chat. Let's get this thing going. Speaking of getting this thing going, I don't want to waste any time. And so, if you're a trader, you want to pay attention because there is a new product that is out. And well, I want to get everyone's take on this. And so, Rocco, let's cue up my laptop here. And so, this is what's called a moon pillow from Bybit. And well, you wonder, what does this thing do?
Stop it.
You can sleep peacefully. And once your limit order targets hit,
No.
the pillow will vibrate and wake you up to put that limit order in. Catch
So
a run or save yourself from liquidation.
I'd like to say that I do always keep one pillow between my knees. It's just like a thing that I do. So, I mean, take that what you want. Just leave it there. Thank you.
I don't get it.
George, is this something that you would invest in?
I don't get it. I don't
So-
get what the point of this
So
is.
you program the pillow to it's like a snooze alarm, right? It snoozes and wakes you up when you're about to get liquidated. And so I'm serious. Look, catch a run or save yourself from liquidation.
This is a real product?
Yes. Bybit Moon Pillow. Guys, I'm not making this stuff up.
Sponsored by
So,
Bybit.
like, here's the thing. I truly think that the issue here is that when you're groggy and wake up in the middle of the night, you never make good decisions, right? Like, I remember making some very bad entry and exit positions when I got that one eye open and I'm looking at the phone at 3 a.m. I'm like, oh man, the prices are dumping. That's when you make rash decisions. So I think if you naturally just slept through, you'd probably save yourself some money at the end of the day. So no alarm for me.
I feel like this is something you would definitely invest in, Robin. Maybe not George.
How much is it?
No price tag yet, but I can't assume it's more than 50 or $100.
They should just give it out for free for all for all traders, really.
Sign up to Bybit, get a free pillow. Oh, man. All right. So since it's first time George is in our studio. It's not the first time he's in Vegas. First time he's in our studio. We found some shenanigans. You know, Vegas, like people come to Vegas, they forget how to act, okay? And well, we have some Vegas shenanigans we want to share. And George, just a in-depth look into our city and what happens here. Rocco, let's pull up my laptop here. So, did you see this on your drive here to the studio?
Okay. Is that an In-N-Out
That is
version?
a hamburger.
Is it a Krabby Patty?
That is a Krabby. We also have this. And this is at a Vegas pool party. Not the one that I've ever been to. But I'm curious, do you guys think this lady did this on purpose?
What?
I mean, was it necessary for her to the very end? I mean,
I thought this was gonna get real inappropriate. Then I realized.
no. Come on.
Okay.
Do you guys think she did it on purpose?
No.
No.
We have a couple people in the studio that said yes. Everyone with a microphone in front of them said no. I don't think it was on purpose. I think the lady was just trying to catch herself. She's not used to wearing heels, yeah. All right, we also have this. If you really want to flex, here's a good way. And so,
That's how I shop. I don't know about you guys.
I use the here's a life-saving or a money-saving tip. Use the little small baby carts, and you'll save money on your groceries.
You know, every time I go to Costco, I refuse to grab a cart. And I'm always like the weird guy in there with like way too many things in their arms. And every time I go to the cashier, they're like, "Why didn't you get a cart?" And I'm like, "I can't afford one." I'm like, I only shop with what I can physically carry out. Anything more than that, I don't need it. So,
All right.
and then I got to make decisions. You know, it's either like one item or the other. Can't get bottled water, of course, though, because it's too heavy.
Robin, is there anyone you'd like to recognize before I move on?
In the chat, we do have a few new people that I spotted. I didn't write them down, though, but we got Saeed, we got Kong in here, David Justice, Kevin B, Grouper 64, Eric Axel, GT, Alonzo Harris, and to all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If you are new here, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you as well. So,
all right, let's talk about aliens, okay? Just before I show anything or show any videos, George, do you believe that our planet has been visited by aliens?
I don't know. Before, I would say probably not. Now, after that one guy that testified in front of Congress, I actually think it happened. And I do think all those UFOs we've been seeing are man-made, that we've been probably studying that ship from 50 years ago or 70 years ago, however long. And now we have finally replicated the technology, the anti-gravity, whatever they're using. And then I think that's everything we've been seeing is probably man-made, human-made.
Really?
Yes.
so you think aliens crash landed?
Yes.
They're not here like abducting cows. They crash landed. The U.S. government took the ship and has been replicating it. And
It makes sense.
Right.
I mean, it's much easier to copy than create. So if they had this ship, whatever, 50, 60, 70 years ago, and they've been trying to replicate it for the last 70 years, I mean, it's about time that they figured it out, right? Or at least some pieces of it. So I think that makes sense. But I don't think aliens are actively like coming to the Earth like every single day. I don't think that happens.
Okay. Well, we do have some data to share with you here. And so here we have first, this is UFO sightings going back to 1990. And
where is this chart from?
this chart is from Statista. So it's an actual website, guys. It's not some BS I brought up. So as you can see, we peaked out in about 2013, 2014. And guess what? We're on the rise again. We're about to form a double top here. Also, as George mentioned, I believe the gentleman's name is David Birsch, or I know his last name is Gersh or Birsch, but he did testify in front of Congress. He was a fighter pilot in the Air Force, and he had top security clearance, and well, now he's a whistleblower. And listen to how he answers this question when asked by a member of the Congress. Just listen.
At one point, you had said that there has been harmful activity or aggressive activity. Has any of the activity been aggressive, been hostile in your reports?
I know of multiple colleagues of mine that got physically injured. And the activity, and I got
by UAPs or by people within the federal government?
both.
Okay, so there has been activity by alien or non-human technology and or beings that has caused harm to humans.
I can't get into the specifics in an open environment, but at least the activity that I personally witnessed, and I have to be very careful here because they tell you never to acknowledge tradecraft, right? So what I personally witnessed myself and my wife was very disturbing.
It is very disturbing. Now, George, I do want to mention, this man is under oath, okay? Mm-hmm. And perjury is a big deal. It's a federal crime. Do you still stand by your answer that no, you don't think that aliens come and visit us?
Well, I think they have, but I don't think they actively come like every single week, and we're we're recording a new alien visiting us. I don't think that's happening, but I definitely think they have come before, and I don't know. Again, in the past, not right now though.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking, right? Is you got somebody that works for the government, right? He was an employee in some capacity with the United States.
He was in the military.
So he was in the military. And he said it was disturbing for him and his wife. Did he bring his wife to work with him? Is that what he's trying to tell me?
Maybe he lived on base.
Yeah.
But why would the aliens visit his little like barracks?
Maybe they were thirsty.
No, what I'm saying is that
Maybe they want some Johnny Walker Blue.
So any kind of rendezvous that he had with aliens is going to be at the base. And so why would his wife be there present to see that? That's where I'm getting at. Because I feel like, he's testifying what he saw at work, right? And why would his wife be with him there? And I mean, I know some people are, boo loving and hugged up and, they can't leave their wife anywhere. But I mean, honestly,
Hung up.
yeah, that's the thing, I do want to give a big shout out to channel boo lover Jimmy gave a $100 super chat. So big shout out to you, Jimmy. He said, getting the party started, which this is the start of the party. We do have our Vegas party here shortly hereafter.
To those of you that won the giveaway, we look forward to meeting you tonight in T-minus 3 hours. We're super excited for that. Now, there was something that happened here in our backyard as well. George, do you remember seeing the interview with that family who swore that they saw aliens in their backyard?
I saw pieces of that interview, not the whole thing, but I don't know, a lot of people think that's credible because the cops came and saw it, and then the neighbor saw it, and I mean, it seemed like it pretty credible, but I didn't see the whole thing. And I've seen people like zoom in into the shadows, and then you see this like weird looking creature, so it looks legit.
Yeah, we were here. We were here filming that morning, and it was, David was asking me questions. David was asking me questions.
You were on site?
No, I just felt it.
Did the aliens touch you, David?
I'm not ready to talk about that yet. So for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, well, we do have some video footage here. Local crew ABC or 8 News Now here at local Las Vegas channel. And Rocco, let's cue this up.
Well, a family who called 911 claiming to see aliens in their backyard has now hired an attorney.
And today, that lawyer is asking people not to trespass, as our 8 News Now investigators have reported. The family called police back in April saying they saw so-called beings in their backyard after this bright flash in the sky. Scientists say that flash was a meteor. In a statement, the family lawyer telling us, quote, the family members all recall seeing 2 very large 9-foot, maybe 10-foot tall non-human life forms in their yard. Although they had asked Metro Police not to disclose the story of what happened, the story was leaked to the media, and the distraught family has been inundated with curious visitors. While sources did not tell our 8 News Now investigators about the response, body camera video and officers' responses to calls, even 911 calls themselves, are public record in Nevada.
So my question is, right, like, I think we all, I mean, do you guys agree that we're not the only, like, species of things in this universe, correct?
Species of things.
Whatever word.
Yeah, I don't know if they've visited us, but I do believe there is life elsewhere. I don't think that we're unique, but whether they visit us or not, I'm still on the fence. And I just know that the distance seems great and it's vast, and I feel like I find it hard to believe somebody would come all this way just to be incognito. But perhaps it's something outside of our comprehension. Maybe they're here and they can't communicate with us in the same way that an ant can't communicate with us if they wanted to. They're okay.
So the chat says 83% of them believe that we have been visited by aliens here. As technology grows and as information travels faster, and anyone can post anything on Twitter now, and maybe not as much censorship as it used to be. Maybe we'll see more of these sightings, but we do know that chart we showed earlier, we are up and to the right on the aliens. Anything you guys want to add to this topic before we move on?
Go aliens.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the thing is,
Sponsored by-
Area 51 is just a drive away. It's
And Area 15 as well, but you have to go there on some drugs.
Area 15. That's a lot of fun, man.
Area 15. Have you been to Area 15, George?
Area 15.
Yeah, where they have that
Not
what is it?
51?
Omega Mart. So
Yeah.
there's Area 15, which is like a little spot you go. They have Omega Mart where you walk in. It's got tunnels you go through, and
It's like a grown-up amusement park, right? It's weird. You go in there and it's all. They have a replica of a grocery store, and in this grocery store, instead of actually buying real groceries, they sell like body parts and weird.
wait, what?
Yeah, they sell like body parts there. They have a butcher where they have like human.
Real body parts.
They're not real body parts. It's all fake. But. If
So
you're shopping for real body parts, I don't
What
think.
kind of body parts?
Well, some garner more money than others. All right, this conversation is leading down a bad path, and if the FBI is listening, well, we know what happens there. I want to shift this conversation to artificial intelligence. Now, I do want to share one thing, okay? Everyone talks about artificial intelligence. It's something that we can't deny. It's something that is here. It's going to continue to be here. It's going to get stronger, and things are about to get crazy. So crazy to the point where 2,000 experts, including the likes of Elon Musk, signed a letter saying the globe, everyone in the world should halt AI or continuing AI development for at least 6 months so we can gather ourselves and figure out what the hell we're getting into. Because once the wheels start turning, you cannot turn them back. You cannot put the brakes on. And so, George, just in general, does AI excite you or does AI scare you?
First of all, why are you yelling? I'm just wondering.
This is what I deal
drink,
with
bro.
every
I don't
day.
drink.
Every day.
I do not drink. If my wife is watching, she'll tell you.
And God bless our audio team back there because like the mic checks pre-show. Let me tell you, the mic checks pre-show. Mic check 1 2 3.
I was
mic
yelling.
check 1 2 3.
You guys said you don't yell this
and then he
much.
just blasts it. Like,
Well, funny story. Yesterday, I was at this location full of girls with daddy issues. And one of them actually mentioned to me about AI and how
I thought you
she's
were gonna
a-
say Sin City Crypto for some reason.
she's an influencer on Instagram, and she sees AI changing everything for influencers because she uses it to like edit her videos and for graphic design. It's just it's really amazing. So AI can definitely can change the landscape for many things, coding, graphic design. I don't know. You could do.
I mean, we are a cryptocurrency show, so let me kind of tie some crypto related in here. We saw that people were putting complete source codes of an entire like the Ethereum blockchain and said find vulnerabilities, and they were able to find them. And so that could be used for good, that could be used for bad. Rob, what about you? Does AI generally scare you or excite you?
No, I look at AI in the same way of the internet and just the computer era. So you can remove internet from this equation and just think about computers, right? Imagine if you had zero knowledge on computers and you try to get a job. There are a handful of jobs. There's a lot of factory work, a lot of more strict labor that you need zero experience working with computers. But there is a large proportion of jobs out here globally, here in the United States, that require some kind of experience with a computer. And you can go further into this, you can go further, you can dive deeper if you'd like and say you need to have some experience with Microsoft Word, Excel, with different applications. But at the end of the day, if you have zero idea on how to run a computer, there's a lot of jobs you're not going to be eligible for. And I think that's going to translate directly to AI. I think if you are not using AI, there are going to be positions and jobs that you're not going to qualify for. And I think that in a year or two, people will say, "Hey, how familiar are you with ChatGPT? How do you use Midjourney?" And perhaps larger companies will replace the ones that I'm referencing now, but at some point, you're going to need to use these items because they are here to stay and they're replacing jobs. And I don't want to say replacing jobs. They're more or less an assistant and they're giving you tools.
They're replacing jobs.
They are, but the jobs that they're replacing are more of an assistant role. And we use even here in studio, I'm like, hey, I need to code a script for this. For here, I'll just give you a quick example. Here in studio, we use a streaming software, which is a very small used streaming software. It's only used by industry professionals, and it has its own proprietary coding in there that you can have it run you can have it run things in the software. Anyways, the coding there is not from ChatGPT wasn't familiar with it. I downloaded the PDF and uploaded it to ChatGPT, and I said, use this PDF to code. Because it didn't know how to do it before. So I taught ChatGPT how to use it. And then it understood the coding language from the manual, and then it started giving me codes. And that is exactly what you would hire an industry professional for, or perhaps an assistant. And we do it all the time. We're writing emails. Like, hey, can you proofread this email and rewrite it for me, make it sound a little bit more professional? No different than an assistant. So I think right at this moment, it's a virtual assistant. And I think that it'll grow past that. And if you don't use these technologies, there are going to be positions and jobs that get left behind because you didn't capitalize on it. I'll leave it at that.
So you brought up work a lot, right? And I want to share an article from CNBC. And Rocco, if you can pull up the there we go. So how AI is helping hire, promote, and train workers. AI can analyze massive amounts of data and provide useful feedback to HR leaders. If you're not familiar with what HR is, it's human resources. HR leaders can use AI in recruiting, onboarding, and learning and development functions. AI can alleviate repetitive tasks in HR departments, giving managers more time for big picture initiatives. I also want to share this. With 10.5 million job openings, okay, let me make this a little bigger so you guys can see. With 10.5 million job openings and just 6 million people officially unemployed, there's still more than 1.7 unfilled positions for every job seeker. So there are still more jobs available than there are people willing to work. And so let me ask you guys this question. This could be negative in multiple ways, right? It drives wage growth, right? If there's a less pool of people for these companies to hire from, and they're looking for quality, guess what? They're going to have to pay more. They're going to have to pay more in benefits. They're going to have to pay more in wages. And what does higher wages cost? Inflation. Because a company like Microsoft, a company like Walmart is not going to pay you an extra $5 an hour and take the L on their balance sheet. They're going to raise prices. And in turn, you have to pay more for your goods that you shop at Walmart. So can you make the argument that—
I don't know. Walmart's pretty cheap, bro. That's all I'm saying is that Walmart's made a lot of things cheap. Cereal is under $3 still, while
Are you arguing for or against right now?
I'm arguing for. Are we in trouble? I'm arguing for. Can it bring the jobs market, right, this big gap that we continue to see, into an even kilter?
I forgot the question. Can you repeat the question, please?
So the question is, right? Economists are worried that the wage gap or the job gap, right, of jobs available versus people willing to work, that gap is going to harm and keep inflation high. Do you think AI can step in and help alleviate some of those problems?
All right.
So for me, the way I look at it is that AI is creating high-skilled jobs, right? The same way that for every grocery store worker that lost their job scanning groceries and got replaced by the machine that you self-scan, those machines need to be built. And there is a lot of technology under the hood. So for each one of those machines, it is probably employed at least 1,000 employees for that one. And so at its core level, you're creating more skilled positions because you need to create the technology. And I know that this is hardware versus software, but it's still at the end of the day, you need to invest in the tech, and people need to build it and maintain it and make sure that it grows and scales and make sure it doesn't take over the world and start launching nukes. But with that said, I think whatever jobs it replaces, it does create new jobs. And so you're going to see a lot of people that are going to be employed by ChatGPT or the parent company OpenAI, but I don't know. And all the other ones to come as well. Remember, they're not the only one. They're the one that had the most user-friendly interface. And right now you got Bard, you got all of these other platforms, the Google, the list doesn't stop. I mean, everybody's integrating AI into their platforms. And so how many jobs have been hired with every major company that is in the tech industry that it wants to launch their own AI? They've probably hired hundreds, thousands of employees just to launch those services. So whatever jobs those are replacing currently, they are getting replaced by more tech jobs, right?
What are your thoughts, George? What are your overall thoughts?
All right, let me break it down because Robin just spoke for like 10 minutes.
That's what I do.
Welcome to Cincinnati.
Printing money is inflationary. Technology is deflationary. So AI is part of technology. It's going to help companies do more things faster in an efficient way, which will be deflationary. So overall, it's a net positive. You just have to learn. It's the same way with internet, mobile, whatever, right? New technology takes time for the industry to adapt, for people to adapt, and both the internet and mobile revolution have replaced jobs too, but they created more jobs based on what Robin was saying for 10 minutes. But basically, yes, it's going to be a good thing. It takes there's a transition period, but overall, it's going to be very good.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to add to AI before I move on?
I've been using it a lot. Just leave it at that. Thumbnails are looking crispy, bro. That's all I'm saying. How you doing?
Do you use AI in anything you do on your channel, George? Whether it's ChatGPT, scripts, anything?
No, not really. Not at this point, no.
Okay. All right.
No.
I want to ask you guys a pretty broad question, and I'll ask you first, George. What is your definition of success? How do you define success?
Philosophical here.
Yes. Well, I think most people measure success by how much money they have, their net worth. I think most people look at that as the ultimate success to become a billionaire or a multimillionaire or whatever, right? But I'll say success can come from many different, from many different things, I guess. Success could be being a good parent or being a good spouse, right? It could be a number of things, being great with your coworkers, or I don't know, being dedicated to a channel like this and doing very well with it, right? There's many forms of success, and I think in society, too many people judge success only by wealth and money, but I think if people break out of that mold and focus on other things, not only will they be happier, but also get more success in many aspects of their life.
Okay. What about you, Robin?
I think it's leaving a lasting impression on this earth, right? And if you lack success, or if you didn't have any success, you leave this world and you're forgotten and easily just dismissed, right? And so for me, I always look at my kids and family, and I want to leave a lasting legacy for my kids. And so how big of a stamp and how much of an influence I have on the world, and not just myself, and how big of an impression I can have globally is my measure of success. I want my kids to look at me and be like, wow. And then I want my kids' kids and their kids. And so for me, if you lack success, you will be forgotten when you leave. And I think that if you truly are successful, people will talk about you for generations. And so that's what I measure it at. And now maybe I just have this big grandeur kind of thing going on here, but I'm trying to be as successful as possible, man. I'm trying to be remembered in the history books, man.
You think people are going to be talking about you for generations?
Absolutely, man. I just got started, man. Sin City Crypto. We are 2 years in, not even. You guys better watch out, because like we are taking names and we ain't playing around. So that's my mentality. Now maybe we fall short. I don't know, but I'm just letting you know that I in my heart, I am grinding as hard as possible. And I'm trying to leave a lasting legacy. And I want my kids to be like, damn, my dad was insane. And that's as honest as I can spill it out, bro. And I mean that. And you know, if you guys want to get a heart to heart here, you know, I don't have my kids with me, so for me, it's like I've had failures in the past, so I'm trying to leave a lasting image because, you know, I haven't been the best in the past. So I want to hang my hat on something, and so I'm trying to disrupt this planet and reach as many people as possible. And I think that cryptocurrency, at least in our space, is what is going to be game changing. Is going to be integrated in every part of everyone's life, whether or not you know it or not. And so I saw an opportunity, and so we're attacking this as hard as possible. Man.
Look at that comment.
For me, for me, the peanut gallery over there. For me, you know, I heard, you know, I joined a company about 7-8 years ago. It was one of those MLM companies selling insurance, and there's a lot of good things I got from there. They brought in a lot of speakers to their convention. Zig Ziglar was one of them. But he was the one that said, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll eventually get what you want. And then so for me, success is if I help enough people get what they want, whether that's an hour away from whatever bad things are going on in their life because they enjoy watching our show, whether it's listening to my in-depth analysis on a certain project or a token and they gain value from that, whether it's helping them by hiring them and putting money in their pocket and helping them buy a house and sending their kids to college, whatever it is. To me, success is that. And it's also, to me, success is for my kids, when someone asks them, who is your hero? For them to say, my dad is my hero. To me, that is my success. And that is the beauty of success. Some people measure it in how many cars and homes and yachts and flashy jewelry or how much money I have in my bank. Other people, success means different things. And so I want to challenge you in the chat. What is your definition of success? Let us know, and we'll pick a couple good ones, and we'll go over them. Anything else that you guys want to talk about as far as success in general before I move on to the next topic?
David, what color is your Ferrari?
Well, it's not, I don't have it yet in my garage, but it will be blue. Just like that
Robin?
bottle of scotch you got there.
If I had to have a Ferrari,
By the way, why
Ferraris
Ferraris?
have to be
Ferraris suck.
they have to be red.
Listen, man, Ferraris are garbage.
I would
Okay.
if I had to
Drive
go.
your Prius and,
Now you're
shut
going
up about
going too
Ferrari.
far. All right.
Yeah, George's a big car guy.
Yes.
Why Ferrari? Why not a Lambo?
If I had to go Ferrari, you gotta go red. I don't know. Like I feel like the Ferraris by default have to be red.
Yellow. Yellow, you go.
Oh,
for
you know,
have to
the
go
yellow's
with
good.
red.
Yeah, yellow's nice.
Yeah, right.
I'm going pink with sparkles.
I know you are, bro. Like I'm not even surprised. That is 100% serious.
I went to Speed Vegas and I was asking my coach guy who was sitting next to me. I said, I was thinking about doing a Ferrari. He said, don't do a Ferrari. Ferraris suck. I'm like, why? He's like, because they're very fickle, and if you don't decelerate and accelerate at the right time, and then it's just.
Was he promoting Lambos? Or is that-
Spoken by someone who doesn't own a Ferrari.
Exactly. That doesn't apply.
Whatever. The point I'm trying to make is, I'm not a big car guy, okay? But I do want I'm a luxurious car guy. I like big cars. My favorite car was a Toyota Avalon back when I was 18 years old. My first car I ever bought for myself. I leased it. And then I let it go and I ruined my dad's credit and he never forgave me
You
afterwards.
sound like it. My man here sounds like a man scoring here on his Toyota Avalon. You missed it, huh? Look at that face. You missed that Avalon? You do. I know you do.
Anyways, let's talk.
I want to give a quick shout out to the chat. I do see a lot of new faces here. We got Chino, Through the Wire, Jeff P, Golden Giant, AYC19, Grouper, Dustin, John Legend, New Turk, and Black Knight. To all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. Also, if you're new here, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you. We have just shy of 100 likes. So, guys, do us a favor, hit that like button, and let's get this party started.
I want to shift the convo to crypto. And George, you have.
I hate talking about crypto.
I wonder why. Anytime. and we
Hold
talk-
on, real quick, before we get too deep into crypto. I've been holding this for a minute.
Oh God.
Somebody said, no, it's not story time. No, somebody said earlier, if aliens were officially here on the on soil, like
They
it
would
was
look-
like
they would look like
it
you.
went CNN. Like CNN is like there are aliens on planet, like they're here.
They would look like you.
What would that do to the price of Bitcoin?
Give me credit.
Like my boy Adam in studio wanted it. He asked that one. So
What would it, what,
They will look like Gary Gensler.
All right. That you think it would tank the price of crypto, or perhaps would it rally?
Why would it do anything to crypto?
COVID tanked the price of crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
We're talking about
It did.
extraterrestrials.
All right, let's be honest, okay? If there was like Armageddon or aliens were invading, okay,
No one's gonna give a
Bitcoin
shit.
and crypto is gonna go to zero.
Thank
Okay, let's just be
Really?
honest. there.
Doesn't matter.
It's not gonna go
I
up.
think
It's
that
not gonna go
crypto
up.
is
It's like
like
saying if a nuke is dropped in the U.S., what will happen to Bitcoin? Would it matter?
in a catastrophic
drop.
event.
We will all be dead, first of all.
In a
Second of all,
catastrophic
no one
event.
care about Bitcoin. People care about ammunition and weapons and bullets more. Yeah, and water.
The Mad Max money, when Armageddon comes, I feel like it's crypto. As long as you have an internet connection, that's the only thing.
The case,
So yeah, I don't.
is COVID. Thought everyone was going to die.
So
They took they tried to liquidate all their money to buy guns and.
so our guest
Yeah,
here in
toilet
studio
paper.
is saying COVID's a good example
That was
of.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
People trade their crypto to get toilet paper.
Yeah, yeah.
So toilet paper,
I
the
never understood
currency?
that.
Question mark.
You know, I never understood that because for me it was like if I'm out of toilet paper and there's none, I'll just like,
Use leaves.
oh look, there's a shower right there. Let me just.
Because
Rinse it
here in Vegas, you don't have leaves outside. You only got cactuses. So
Cacti. All right. I want to talk about crypto a little bit. And I want to ask you, George, you have one of the most successful channels in our space. And not just numbers wise, right? I don't ever look at subscribers. I look at views. And if they run a live show, I look at how many people they have watching live and how active the chat is. And I can argue you're number one. You're number one when it comes to doing live shows. You get 40, 50, 60,000 views in a bear market. You get 4,000 to 6,000 people watching you live. What are you doing to A, remain towards the top of the food chain, and also to bring in the next wave of new users who are going to be new to crypto, new to blockchain? Do you have a game plan for CryptosRus moving forward into the next bull market?
Okay, two-part question. Second part is I love to do more things like this, just to have some fun. You know, sometimes it's just very boring in crypto. We all know that, right? Have some fun, do some different kind of content. I think people will enjoy that. So, first part, I don't know. I think it's just really being consistent. There's too many people in the space that flip-flop all the time, and early on I did that too. It's not like I didn't do that. I did do that, and I realized, you know, it's the wrong way to approach things. We're all in it for a long haul, for generational wealth or life-changing wealth or wife-changing wealth. And, you know, you just got to be in the game for a long time. You hold on DCA. It's a simple strategy. And there's many in the space that disagree. They'll try to trade, use leverage, right? Like Bybit giving out their pillows, you know, to warn people not to get liquidated, right? like, you know, there's a lot of people that have, you know, that run a channel that teach you how to trade and do all this fancy things, right? But the winning strategy is to HODL and DCA, and it's really that simple. So
You
that's
say HODL? It's HODL, man.
No, it's HODL.
HODL?
Yeah.
All right. Looks like the room is in consensus. It's HODL. I refuse to say HODL. I say HODL.
I always said HODL, and then people said us HODL, and then now it's back to HODL. It's HODL.
I don't know if I can make that change.
All I think about is Game of Thrones. The hold the door.
Yes.
All right, Italian Prime Minister over here is flexing his.
Rocco, you okay back there?
He's okay.
What's going on back there?
I was flexing.
Yeah, you were flexing?
about the word, so I was trying to teach.
You got the HODL shirt on.
I was
All
trying
right, my
to
boy.
teach Dave about it.
We're
Okay,
going
yeah.
to get a shirt like that, by the way.
Yeah.
I like to get a shirt like that.
You can.
Right here, boom, the merch store.
Yeah, you got Sin City Crypto merch at
nice.
InandOutCrypto.com.
You see what I did there?
Boom,
saw what
right
you did
there.
Yeah.
Drop the nuke right there.
Rob, let me. Or George, are you finished?
That's why, right?
I know I kind of cut you off with the HODL comment there.
On channel growth.
I lost.
Like, what is okay? Let me
Yeah.
follow up with this question. What is the most important thing you're going to be focusing on to bring in the next wave of crypto retail, the newcomers to our space?
Again, it's the same message, regardless if it's new people, old people. You just have to be consistent and know and teach people that you got to play the long game. You can't play the short game, and focus on Bitcoin first, understand it, then start learning about others, Ethereum and Cardano and Solana and everything else. Right? Most people coming into the space get pulled in probably. With meme coins, right? Like Doge brought a lot of people in, then Sheep, and now Pepe. I don't think that's going to change. But the good thing about that is a lot of them stay. They stay and they realize there's other cryptos that they should be looking at, investing in, right? But basically, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, educate people, and that's it, really.
There's this constant conversation of whether the meme coins are good for our space or not. And I have shared the same exact, almost verbatim message that you just shared. It's like the gateway crypto, right? It brings you in the community. Cool dog. Oh my God. It's at 8 cents. Let me buy some. You come in, you stay, you start learning. Wow, this is kind of cool. You start learning about Bitcoin. You start learning about Ethereum. Others say, though, it takes liquidity away from projects like Ethereum, like Bitcoin, the kind of liquidity that helps projects build and continue to, advance the space forward. And so they see the meme coin industry as a hindrance. I look at it the other way. I share the same sentiment you do, George. And I want to ask you, Robin, what is the biggest pain point you think moving into the next bull market for the average or for the newcomer in our space? And what can we do as Sin City Crypto to help break that pain point down?
Man, well, first of all, I want to see a little bit more centralization on these crypto events here in Las Vegas. Because Las Vegas is known for their conferences and conventions. And, too many of them, or all the largest ones that we're familiar with, tend to be outside of Las Vegas. And we got one coming up tonight, our VIP party at the Mandalay Bay, which will be there shortly. But what I want to do is I want to beat the drum that Las Vegas is here to cater our biggest events, and so that's one thing I'm looking at locally. Now,
so you're saying by having more events.
We're Sin City Crypto, and so we're based here in Las Vegas, and obviously we believe in the brand so much, we believe in the city so much that that's our channel, and we host events just on a routine basis. Every week there's a new large convention that'll have 10, 20, 50,000 people here, and we see these events in Miami, and you have where's the next one at? Tennessee? Where's the Bitcoin one next year?
Nashville, but you got Consensus before.
Yeah, and then you got Consensus as well in Austin, Texas. And so for me, I would like us to bring those back in, bring them to Las Vegas. And so for me, one of the things that I'm personally looking to build is more of a crypto community here in Las Vegas, and we're suited for that. And I feel like, remember when we were trying to get a sports team here, and we were trying to argue for it, and it just never came, and now then eventually it did. And
now we got one Oakland team and another shitty one on the way. That's always exciting.
Leave Oakland out of this.
Man, I just like
the Raiders,
Oakland
man.
Fans, man. Come on, dude.
Come on, man.
Raider fans are annoying.
Like, it's your home
A's
team,
are
and you're from
irrelevant.
Las Vegas.
I don't care. I don't like the Raiders. They're garbage.
Again, why are you shouting again?
I'm just very passionate about what I see.
This is every
also,
day,
Johnny
man.
Walker Blue is very delicious.
Yes, it is. This is my third glass.
There we go.
George is pre-party to the pre-party. I'm going to answer my own question because no one asked me questions on the show. So for me, the biggest pain point is...
What question are you asking for yourself here?
I lost
I'm
track.
just curious.
Question.
Can you
Damn.
inner monologue your own question?
The biggest...
Let's move on. Okay.
Marco, you shut your mouth.
We have a technical issues now right now.
So,
Now he's gonna cut you off.
of course he
There
does.
we go.
Just cut off David.
I was trying to tell Neil earlier, these guys are like this, bro, and I'm just stuck here on an island. What I'm trying to say is this, is the question I asked you guys was, what is the biggest pain point for the next wave of retail investors coming into our space? And for me, that is confusion. That is a barrier to entry, right? We want people to come in to the Cardano, the Solana, the Ethereum ecosystem, Play around with DeFi, play around with NFTs, launch a token, borrow against your crypto, lend your crypto out and earn yield. But it's too confusing. It's extremely confusing. You have so many different forms of USDC on Solana. You have USDC on Ethereum. You have USDC on Tron. One mistake and that's it. Because the blockchain, you can't reverse it and go back in time and redo your transaction. And also, for me to sit there and explain to someone, I want to mint an NFT, how do I do it? Okay, well, first you got to go download this wallet, but make sure it's set to this. If you do MetaMask, you have to go in and change the source code to be Solana, and then you have to download this, and then you have to go to this exchange and buy Solana, onboard your fiat, send it, like, you get the point. So it's extremely confusing. You tell anyone that, they're like, well, screw this, right? And so what are people infatuated with? They're infatuated with ease of use and what's that word I'm looking for? Simplicity. Simplicity, ease of use. I want to go into my bank. I want to open up my mobile bank app, see my checking, my savings, my Bitcoin, and I'm not advocating for people
That's
to
what
use
it
their
sounds
banks.
like.
I'm
Sounds
just
like
saying, if we can get that practicality on something like an exchange, great. I think that's what X is trying to do, formerly known as Twitter. And I think that's why it's going to be extremely successful.
Whoa, you just threw X in there like that? Come on, man.
X gonna give it to you.
Come on, bro.
X gonna
And
give
then
it to
you
you.
got a
baby.
DMX reference too?
X gonna give it to you.
Come on, bro.
I'm serious.
Dude,
Robin.
you talked about Twitter taking over crypto, banks taking over crypto,
Bro.
and you had the longest explanation
Says
of
the
how to
10-minute
use
guy.
how to use a
Says the
browser
10-minute
wallet I've
guy.
ever heard in my life, bro.
Says the
There's a
10-minute
10-minute browser wallet rundown.
Convenience
and you,
was the
and
word.
You typed banks and Twitter in there. I don't
Convenience
even know
was the
how you
word
did
I'm
that.
looking for.
That was an amazing.
George, get it back on track.
I'm taking David's drink away.
Yeah, please, thank you.
George can hold his liquor.com.
Jeez.
George can hold it. Seriously.
What
I'm being
was
serious.
the question again?
I don't even know what the question
George
was.
is drunk.
There was no Trump. There was no question.
There was no
That was
question.
just a statement.
Yeah.
Yes, because I answered my own question. Because none of you guys sit here and ask me a question, so I have to put my own input in. So honestly, though, for me, it's making it easier for people to understand
There
our
we go.
space. They want
There
to
we
play
go.
around in the ecosystem. I don't want to sit there and have to write them a 10-page book about how to do this, do this.
But
10
you did it for
steps.
the stream, the 10-page book. Thank you, appreciate it. Simplicity, that's it, baby. There we go.
George, let me ask you a very clear, precise question.
Okay.
What will be the next? What will be the sector that leads the next bull market? Metaverse, DeFi, meme coins.
Here's the thing. I've talked to
Convenience.
a lot of girls with daddy issues, and this is what they say. No, I'm just kidding. Stupid. No,
You can tip now in Bitcoin.
I've talked to a lot of VCs recently, and they've told me that they're still looking at infrastructure plays. So I think infrastructure is still going to lead the way, like layer ones, layer twos. I don't think that's going to change. The surprising thing is, we've been talking about AI, and I thought that a lot of VCs will be looking into AI plays to invest in. No, not one. I've talked to 6 within the last 2 months, and not one said, okay, we're looking into AI. They're all still looking into infrastructure plays. So I still think it's going to be the chains.
Speaking of AI and robotics and the future and daddy issues, well, in case you guys didn't see this, but you do have the local bouncer at a Las Vegas strip club here is this large robot. This is an actual bouncer at a strip club in Las Vegas. Robotics here. I know we covered this in one of our previous
That is not a
shows.
bouncer. What
Yes,
is
it
that?
is.
It is a bouncer. So
That's a pleasure machine.
and so
George is giving Coin Telegraph all the ammo they need for next week.
This show is sponsored by Pornhub.
Popular YouTuber George from CryptosRus pleasures himself with robots.
I don't know. I think it scans IDs on the outside and
Isn't that what WorldCoin is trying to do?
oh man, that thing's
What are your thoughts on WorldCoin, by the way?
Who would voluntarily want their iris, scanned to? I don't get that.
We
There
do
was
it with our
lines for
iPhones.
Yeah. What about
You can't unlock your iPhone if your eyes are closed. You know that?
that. I did not know that.
Siri is iris backwards. Holy crap! Siri is iris backwards,
Drop the
guys.
nuke, Rocco? Drop the
Oh,
nuke.
really?
That is nuts, bro.
Apple is local on the device.
Wow.
Giving it to everybody.
That's a good point.
Apple says it's local, but I mean, we don't know. I mean,
At least WorldCom was giving us fries.
yeah. Apple don't get.
And burgers.
Just like the Macs.
Yeah. All right.
All right, guys, this is going to wrap up our shenanigans here. We got places to be, people to see, and I got to pee. George, before we sign off.
That's a good one. That's good. All right.
George, anything you want to leave us with?
Any regrets?
Any regrets?
Will you visit our show again in the future, or is this? Have we just?
He said we got to get him more blue light.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm coming back, guys. So no, this was fun. Different type of show. I love to do shows like this, or more shows like this in the future. I think this was very fun. So, and we're all going to the VIP event. I think we're all gonna have a really good time there, and that's it.
You're already having a really good time.
Yes.
Also, a big shout out to Brokioshi gifting 10 memberships. Thank you so much. I can't imagine any of you watching are not subscribed to CryptosRus, but if you're not, please do yourselves a favor. If you're not subscribed to our channel, do yourselves a second favor and do that as well. Also, follow us on Twitter at SinCityCrypto1. Follow George on Twitter at Cryptos_R_us. I hope I got that right. I kind of winged that one. And then go check out merch store if you want to check out some merch. And to those of you that are going to be at the VIP invite-only party, we look forward to hanging out with you, partying with you, drinking with you, sharing stories with you. And maybe we can get George so drunk that he might share a crazy story with you.
And ask David while you're at the party, what is his pain point? And we'll be there for a while.
And before I ruin Robin's reputation, we're going to go ahead and sign off. So with that being said, Rocco. My patented finger tornado, by the way, if you guys are wondering. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this special Saturday episode. It was a pleasure having George in studio. We look forward to coming back to you on Monday. Thank you so much. Take care.
Everybody know we here for entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in for big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I split the game, but they gave it. Named according to your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy the dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming hola till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO